Greetings, my beautiful people. This is Divine Akuwavi Yemaja, and this is the Day Healing Podcast. Now, today's topic is going to be about the balance of feminine and masculine energies. Greetings. So now this topic came from um me and my homegirls was having a conversation, and we were talking about I don't know how it came up. I think we was talking about men that are wearing skirts. So and then I was watching last night. I watched the Bad Boys on Zeus. Yeah, I watched that ratchet ass network. Um, I watched that show just started, and I watched it has it has heterosexual men on there, and it also has homosexual men on there. And this was another thing that they talked about on this show last night too. And so I wanted to just give my perspective. Now, remember, perspectives are it comes from pretty much how we were raised, what we were exposed to, and just basically what we choose to acknowledge. And so I was sheltered from a lot of things. I didn't know a lot of things. My grandma would tell me like it was no sugarcoat in our household, but excuse me, it was not like it wasn't nothing was sugarcoated. Like she told us what was going on, but there's a lot of things that I wasn't allowed to do. And so, in the show, I'm going to explain first. Now, in the show, I told you it's heterosexual men and it's homosexual men. And so there was one man on there. He's kind of like, oh my, that's my phone, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Okay, sorry. So now, on the show, these freaking commercials on the show, one of the men, okay, so the straight guy asked him, what side are you on? He simply asked. It was a basic question. I'm not even gonna say this generation, but as a collective, people have become overly sensitive, like hypersensitivity. It's like you can't even ask a question without people getting offended or triggered. The new word that they came out with. Now all of a sudden people are triggered from certain things. Now I get that certain things may bring up memories, but even the word trigger is a trigger. Like even that's a game. And so these words are like they're spells. Okay, that's what words are. They're spells. You create spells with your words. You can either curse someone with your words or you can bless someone with your words. So all the people that screaming, oh my god, witchcraft, oh my god, you're doing it too. You're cursing somebody out, you're cursing them. That's what that is. Okay, so let's just cut that out. So he did not want to answer the question. I'm not sure if, well, I am sure. The fact that he didn't want to answer the question lets me know you're not even comfortable with who you want to be. Either you're trying to not say it because you don't want to get the backlash, or you're just not confident in who you are. Okay. And it's probably both of them. And so I guess that I guess that he got offended from the question, and he pretty much didn't want to answer the question. And he's like, "Why does this guy keep asking me, you know, which side am I on?" And so eventually they end up fighting. Then the gay men got in, and was talking about we we constantly fight for our lives. We are getting killed because we want to be who we want to be, and that's not the thing I'm talking about. I don't think anybody should be killed based on who they want to be with in the bedroom. They ain't nobody business. It ain't nobody business in the heterosexual world, and there's nobody business in a homosexual world. That's private. That should not be discussed. But then again, homosexuals need to understand that this is not just you in this fight by yourself because of your sexuality. These are black people as a whole that is in this situation. We all been flabbergasted at this point. So if they can like really understand that, it's like there wouldn't be a battle between who's straight, who's gay. Like, yeah, it does matter. Actually, it does. I'm with the guy. I don't know his name, the TME. I'm with him. Like you have to know, because just as well as you want people to speak their status on what their health status is, whether they're HIV negative or HIV positive. If you want people to express that and know that, why can't we know about what side you on? And it is nothing wrong with asking that question. It's a question. Now, if you're unable to answer that question, just say, I don't want to answer that question right now. Then that's completely understandable. But say if Lil John is sleeping with Bobby, and Bobby is sleeping with Kim. Kim don't wash her little cootie cat that much. Now Kim done spread something to Bobby. Now Bobby get, like, you see what I'm saying? You have to be honest about what the hell is going on. Okay, we don't care about what they're doing in the bedroom. We don't care about what anybody's doing in the bedroom. You're grown. You're gonna do grown adult things. But grown ups need to also be responsible and accountable for your X-rated activities or whatever that you want to do. So now let me say my what I feel like. So we have to be careful about when we see and notice trends. Trends are agendas at this point. So let's balance. Let's talk about feminine energy. Now we both possess, well, men and women possess feminine and masculine energies, qualities. Okay, so we know this part. Now, healthy feminine energy is when you are able to relate to others by listening, you're sharing and creating a community. You are receptive, confident, you have intuition, you are creating, you are compassionate, you are authentic, you are loving, and you are supportive. Now, there are some compassionate and authentic and men that love to listen. That don't mean because you have feminine qualities, your ass can walk around here with a skirt on. That does not mean that. Let's stop. Now, if you are a homosexual, we expect for you to do that. That's your lane. You're supposed to do that. But not no hardcore masculine man. And you're on TV, you have on a leather skirt with leather pants underneath them. Figure it out. What are you going to do? Like, see, it's not a trend. It's not a fashion statement. It's an agenda. Because why are black men only doing this? I ain't never seen Denzel Washington in a dress. I've never seen Ice Cube in a dress, and nor will I think that they ever will put on a dress because they're masculine men. They are masculine men. So masculine energies, healthy masculine energies, they are present without being distracted. They are committed, and they are powerful. They have deep integrity and humbleness. They are focused and disciplined. They are supportive and encouraging. They are honest and logical and accountable. Those are the type of men that I love. The guy that was on the Bad Boys, those type of guys that I like. The darks, the black guys with the goatees, the hardcore thug look. Hardcore ain't going for none of that. You can't ever tell him that he's going to ever wear a skirt, a dress, a wig. It don't matter. Makeup, he ain't doing it. Fingernail polish, she ain't doing it. Now there are some women who are acceptable to women wearing men wearing fingernail polish. It's women who enjoy men that cross dress. That's for them. But there are people like myself that I grew up around masculine men, and I have definitely been to drag shows. I have definitely grew up with gay men, middle and high school, and we are still friends to this day. Because he ain't secret about what he's doing. It's no secret. It's no secret. All we want is honesty and respect, and that's it. Not only respect for our bodies, but respect for your body also, because you don't know everybody and what everybody's doing behind closed doors. So even if the person that you supposed to be seeing with is not honest, just make sure you're honest, okay? At this point, so these energies have been present anyway. Any Like I said, these energies are present within all of us. Women have masculine qualities too by being committed and powerful, by having deep integrity, by being supportive and encouraging. There are women that are like that, but they're not going to put on a pair of boxers and act like, well, women put on their boxers, they man boxers, but that's completely different. You do that's a couple things. You do that, but it's just like it's an agenda, like I said. So with what about seeing your brother in a skirt or your daddy in a skirt? How would that make you feel? And then it's kind of like you have to see the agenda for what it is. If men are around here wearing a skirt, I don't give a damn if you got pants under or not. If you are wearing a skirt, how the hell, if somebody's attacking me, how the hell you gonna move and help me? You have on a skirt. Ladies, we know how skirts are, especially if they're super tight. You can barely move. We know how that is. So what if somebody's attacking a black woman? What is he gonna do with a skirt on? He can't do much. What are you gonna do? You can't even get to him fast enough. Because you're too busy trying to look like and me kind of confuse everybody. Like, come on. I love homosexuals. This is not going to be a bash thing about being homophobic. There's not a such thing, okay? There's a such thing as being logical. There's a such thing as being that. It's an agenda. It's an agenda to demasculate black men because the main target is black women. When you demasculate black men, what the hell? What are they going to do? They're done. You can't. They're not going to protect. That's not what they want when they are trying to present to you a trend of a man wearing a skirt. It's not a trend. It's an agenda. It's an agenda to demasculate men and for them to get to the real target, which is a black woman. The reason why they want to get to a black woman is because they don't want black women having black babies. Black women are the number one in abortions. Number one. And they only have abortion clinics in the hood. They only have that. They don't have no business licensing in the hood. Like, it's none of that. It's none of that. It's only certain things that are going to be placed in the hood for you to distract yourself and for you to cause your own demise. And black women are going for it. They literally feel like that when you abort your child that you're not going to have to pay for it. Oh, you are. It don't matter how old you were. It don't matter. You shouldn't have been doing what you were doing. Because I'm pretty sure your parents told you to keep your ass in the house and you didn't want to unless you want to be grown. So now you end up with a baby. Now you feel like, oh, I can't handle a baby because I'm so young. I can't do this. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I didn't give a damn what anybody said. I was going to have all five of mine. Damn it. It was going to be 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was going to have every last one of them. Because back in the day and where I grew up, our mothers had them kids. They had 13 babies back in the day. It wasn't nothing about being ashamed about. It wasn't no excuse about, oh, I can't take care of that. I can't do that. No, you can. You can. You definitely can. And plenty of women have done it. Plenty of women have done it. It's like now I'm seeing on social media, it's a trend just to have a baby and to do a snapback. Now what the hell? You worry about a snapback? And you had a whole human come out your vagina? For real? That's crazy. The mentality that they want us to continue being in and want us to act like there's not a whole agenda going on. There is an entire agenda going on. If it's not homosexuality, it's abortion. If it's not abortion, it's hypersexualization. If it's not hypersexualization, it's black women against black women. And another thing, let's stop saying that black women are the only ones with attitudes. Let's stop doing that. That's dumb at this point. I would give a hot holy damn if you are Mexican, Puerto Rican, Spanish, European. It don't matter. Every woman carries an attitude. every woman. So the black men out there who don't like black women, stop making that excuse. Just say you don't want to deal with it. You just say you ain't strong enough to deal with us. Just say that, because that's the truth of the matter. Black women go through the most out of every other culture of woman on earth. There is every possible targeted at us. Black women go missing, it don't get talked about. There is no series that's going to happen when a black woman goes missing, and a lot of them has gone missing, and it's not being talked about. But that's going to change. That has to change. You can't act like black women not out here being annihilated by an unknown source. No, the source is known. The source is known. The source is known. Okay, and it's not just black women; it's black men too. While we're thinking it's black on black crime, oh, they're disguising it to be that way, and some of it is that way. Some of it is that way. You have black people killing black people. We see that, but why is that? Mostly, it's going on in the projects because there's limited resources. This whole thing is about an agenda. You put them in a project where there's limited resources. They have no other choice but to go to attack each other or to go find something else. All men that's on the corner selling drugs are not bad men. They're trying to make away from their family. But these cock-eyed suckers can't possibly understand that. Then on the flip side, you have cannabis freaking, oh my gosh, they have marijuana shops everywhere now. Okay, so it's legal now, huh? Mm. So okay, so it's okay to go buy a dime bag in the store now. Oh, that's it's kind of backwards, ain't it? So all the men locked up for weed, they need to be let out of jail then. If that's the case, they need to be let out of jail, and it shouldn't be televised either. It's some men that did hardcore time for just selling drugs and trying to provide for their family because they didn't want Black Wall Street to come back. Yeah, we are the consumers too. That's another thing we need to stop. We are the consumers. We go ham when we see designer things. We go ham if we don't have designer this, designer that. People post when they have designer this. Like them designers don't give a hot damn about you. They know who gonna consume and buy their bags and post it, and they know who's gonna do it. They know. They're not dumb. They know. It's a whole business strategy. They know what they're doing. Okay. Meanwhile, small businesses don't get any rep because we're not name brand. I see why George put his shoes so high. I get it now. I get it. You will question a creative like myself, but you won't question Walmart. I've seen that happen several times. And they're owned by one of the 13 families. All these big corporations are owned by that 1% that control everything else. So the agenda is heavily deeply rooted. Like it was created long before we ever came here. Long before we ever came here, or long to where it's like we're so psychologically damaged that some people is not going to heal from this in this lifetime. They're not, especially if you're not on your spiritual journey right now, and without and cut out the gossip. If people are still gossiping, the only thing you can wish for them is healing. That's it. You can't say anything to those people. You cannot. Once you become more spiritual, you're gonna notice certain things. You're gonna be open to certain things. You're gonna watch and see which people fall aside or fall next to you. You're not gonna stress about money no more because you're gonna know that money is a tool and it's easy to attain. Like that's why they block you and try to distract you from everything else but your spirituality, but you going in. Even the damn music. Lil Nas X. Now, the boy's a genius, okay? I don't think he really doing it, but now, who do you think watching Lil Nas next? Lil Nas X. It ain't grown ups. It's little kids watching him. It's little kids watching him because the music and what he does, the sounds that he decides that he wants to put in his music, it's children. It sounds like a riddle. It sounds like a child song. That's what it sounds like. Everything is about choices and intentions. And this is when I think about the men in the skirts and the Lil Nas X with certain beats and sounds that he does to just to attract children. Even his videos is cartoonish. He's attracting children. That's who watching him, children. All the Meg the Stallions and City Girls, it's teenage girls watching them. Teenage girls. It ain't grown women. It's not grown women. Once you get them as children, you're going to have them forever. Think about you as being a child and who your favorite artist was. Mine, Michael Jackson and Tupac. Love them both. Two complete opposites, but love them both, and they both was putting out the same energy. Tupac was just a thug, and Michael was just a softer version. So that's it. But you clearly heard when you heard Tupac music, you heard about his life, what he went through, like all that popping your and twerking and all that. Like, cut it out. We don't want to hear that lame shit no more. We have heard it enough. Like, all of it sounds the same at this point. It all. That's why I don't have no favorite artists in this time right now, because they all sound the same. Either you sound like a robot or you just sound ignorant. This is what you're teaching little boys and little girls. Oh, yeah, we don't want to know that. We don't want to learn that. Yeah, cut that off. This sounds retarded. And so, Michael, all you felt was love, and you went back to your childhood when you hear Michael Jackson songs. Like, you feel love. You actually felt like he actually loved this moment. So all these people saying he you wasn't there, you don't know, and that was another thing to bring him down because of the energy and the messages that he was outputting. I mean, come on now, look what this man did. The both of them, straight geniuses, straight poetic. Um, yeah, that's just like what I wanted to say about that, because there are definitely multiple agendas going on. So now I'm in my political science class, and one of our questions were one of our discussions was about, do we think that the government has too much control or not enough control? And of course, you already know my mouth, rebel to the heart. I feel like they have too much control, and I feel like why in the hell do they why I feel like they have too much control. I feel like the control is going to continue within their sector. They keep their wealth within the families. They don't, or with the other wealthy individuals that are just like them. They're not going to spread the wealth and marry in somebody who's not a part of that dynasty. It's supposed to be 13 colonies, 13 dynasties, which I don't feel like it's that many. Honestly, I don't feel like maybe it is, but or it may be more that we just don't know anything about because we're not dealing with flesh. We're dealing with principalities. So it may be more, but what I was about to say, I lost my train of thought. Oh, a discussion. So they have too much control. Another um and we as adults, who the hell told us we need to be governed? Like, come on. So some people probably do, because some people, whether they're adults, their mind frame is still stuck as being childlike. So I guess for some people, yeah, but you can't put everybody in that box. So what I was about to say is that another one of our discussions was, do we feel like they represent us? Now you already know about every black person in that class had some say about that. Even white people did, yeah. It wasn't just black people. It was some white people who had something to say too, because they have had experiences too with being profiled in a certain way. And so hell no, they don't represent black women. Period. The plan is to take out black women. That's just what it is. They claim that Puerto Rican women or Spanish women are going to be in the minority in a few weird years. Like, come on, what? Okay. Yeah, you see, and they be saying things like that just so you can get that in your consciousness. You have to be careful even what you observe because they'll say certain things, and it's kind of like, huh? Like, like what Biden did, what scheme he did to get into office. He told black people, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, or something he did. And here go black people vote. Now you see them damn gas prices. Now you don't want to take back your vote, don't it? Yeah, I bet you do. I saw people and women like, well, not women, just women, but I saw people like just knocking their family out or like degrading their family just because they didn't want to vote for him, and they would rather have voted for Trump. It's two of the same damn evils. One is maybe less than the other, but who cares? We don't know neither one of you. We don't know neither one of you. They don't come and introduce themselves. It ain't no community thing. It ain't no we come and sit. It ain't none of that. It's separation. It's a I'm higher than you, so I want you to decide who you want that's gonna control you. That's like what? So me and we can't go have a sit down and let him know what's going on and what we need. Like that's weird. Okay. The whole I don't like politics. But, oh my gosh, man, can't stand. I can't wait. This class got one more week. Cannot wait till it's over with. But that's kind of like all I wanted to say about that. This was not to offend anyone. I don't have issues with the gay community, anything like that, because people are so sensitive in these times. It's like you have to give out um, what you call them things. You kind of like have to give out. I forgot what they call, but you just have to say what your intentions are. Which people who know me know what my intentions are, and you really don't have to explain yourself to people, but because even if I say that, people are still, try to call you homophobic because you're having a discussion about whether you feel like a man should have a skirt on. And I don't care about homosexuals have a skirt on. I just care about my masculine men doing it for an agenda. Like it got to be some type of integrity. If you don't have any integrity, then you are a wounded masculine. There is wounded masculinity. There is healthy masculinity. We need to start understanding and knowing what the difference is, and not just accepting anything because it's thrown at us. You ain't got to accept anything because it's thrown at you. You do not have to accept it. Okay, somebody says your nose is too big. You don't have to accept that. You do not have to digest it and believe it. It's only when you start to believe it, then that's when the problem comes in at. And you can't really blame the other person. You only kind of got to blame yourself because you believed it. People can say what they want to say. I used to be the person who cared about what people think. Now I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm for real. I honestly do. I honestly do not, because I have strong boundaries, and that was stopping me and having me, oh, I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to hurt somebody. That'll keep you blocked if you care about hurting people's feelings, because that don't be people's intentions most of the time. It be to educate and to inform. And that's what the Day Healing Podcast is, to inform, to open up your eyes to certain things that maybe you don't see, or maybe you just don't want to see. Sometimes I was like that at one point. There were some things that I just didn't want to see, and then it's like I said, if you can either see it and take it for what it is, or the universe gonna make events to where you gonna be forced to see it, pretty much. And you rather just see it for what it is than to pretend to act like you don't see it, because there is definitely a war going on. This is not a game. This is not a time to be partying and celebrating. It ain't nothing to celebrate unless you're in your personal endeavors and all of that. Yeah, but other than that, it's a whole war going on. Like, you got to be mindful of that and not get so sucked into this matrix. I ain't tell the truth about who wrote that movie. Can you see it's happening on all? What I was saying before it cut off is that there's like hyper sensitivity going on right now. And even with the guns being out of control, with everyone being able to purchase a gun, And with they already did it on social media. They already did it to where they put certain things on social media where it was going to desensitize you. So when you see it in real life, it's you're not going to be emotionally attached to it because you already be desensitized from what being put on social media. You may not think that social media has a dire effect on what's getting ready to happen in front of our face, but it definitely does, and that's a part of desensitizing you. Now, when I'm going out in public, I'm starting to see people are carrying their weapons on their waist. They're carrying the guns with them on them. So now when you're in the store and somebody skip you, or now when people are you're gonna see people in traffic that's just gonna get mad from somebody cutting them off, and they're gonna want to poo poo pow pow. It ain't no fighting no more. Don't they say y'all going too slow with killing yourself. So let us let you go get guns, or let us let you kill yourself. Because we obviously can't just up and just do it no like we used to. This it is levels to this agenda. It's like when they see that we're getting smarter and figuring out what's going on, and it's like they're trying to reach a new level. Then you try to reach a new level. Now these guns are going to freaking do damage with people because some people are highly. They don't do psychological checks way before people get these guns. They only do a background criminal check. That's it. They don't make sure that you're overly hypersensitive or hyper emotional. They don't really want to see them type of tests. It ain't for that. It's for you to go out, and when you highly emotional, go out and get you a gun. And this is for black and white. It ain't no. This is for both. Okay. So well, everybody pretty much, but black people, we are the main target. We're the main ones that they just pretty much can't stand, want to take out, have a whole full 500,000 pages of just what they want to do to annihilate. You have the abortions, you have the hypersexualization, the uh, just everything all at once, coming at you all at once. I thought my thing had went off because it had stopped recording, and it kind of did. It kind of did stop recording, but I had to do it again. That's kind of what I wanted to say about this topic. About I would like to do like more case studies like these, like about the agendas, about um, about everything that's going on behind closed doors, and that the news is not going to discuss or report. You can find a video on YouTube of the news in different cities, different states that are all saying the exact same thing. I'm gonna try to find that video. They are all saying, and I might put it on my YouTube. They are all saying the exact same thing from different cities and different states. I hope that everyone is taking care of yourself and surrounding by people who are matching your energy and are not draining your energy. You are practicing your self love rituals, you're healing, and just being you. And so I hope you enjoyed these segments. Tell me what you think in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. I'm also gonna put the website link to my cards, my deck. I have a total of 7 decks now. There was one that I just put out. It's called Zodiac Freak. A Zodiac Freak. A Zodiac Freak. So oops, X-rated. I forgot to tell you. So not really. It's kind of like baby X-rated. I come with more X-rated too if you want me to, because we don't have a lot of uh we don't have a lot of cars that look like us on them. So I kind of want to bring that, and my note to self deck that I have. These decks are like they're like inspirational. It's like manifestation cues. It's like everybody don't believe in tarot, and people don't really like the word oracle, even though there are oracles out there. And but that's what they are. They are oracles. I'm not gonna downsize what they are, because I know what the oracle is, and it's not trying to replace God. I can't stand the word, because God has a name. Okay, we're not. God has a name. So it's kind of like, first of all, we're not even in contact. Why do you think there are ancestors and spirit guides? Because they speak to Alamandre for us. We don't. There's no direct link to Alamandre and us. We are too. No, no, we cannot. We are too dirty. We hard headed. We don't listen. We do other stuff. No, that's not. We're not. We can't even touch that. We can't even do that. So when people say they hadn't talked to God, no, you didn't. You talked to the spirit. You talked to your ancestors. You talked to the angels, but you definitely. Those are the intermediaries that come and um, send messages. That's why it's important for you to have an ancestor altar and to venerate your ancestors, because that's your direct your direct link to the source. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. I hope that everyone enjoyed the rest of your week. And until next time, gods and goddesses, peace.